Goku's abilities, Dragon Ball. Son Goku, born Kakarot, is the main protagonist of the Dragon Ball series. Goku is a Saiyan male originally sent to destroy Earth as an infant. A head injury at an early age alters his memory, ridding him of his initial destructive nature and allowing him to grow up to become one of Earth's greatest defenders. He constantly strives and trains to be the greatest warrior possible, which has kept the Earth and the universe safe from destruction many times. Welcome to the Amagi. In today's video, we're going over Goku's abilities. Before we begin, we publish a new video pretty much every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. The Amagi's reach stretches beyond just this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on all of our social media. Help us reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Power. Goku is one of the strongest mortal warriors in the multiverse, often referred to, including by deities, as the most powerful and fittest warrior in Universe 7, as well as one of the most powerful characters in the franchise. A prodigy of combat, he learned a great deal when he was a young child and would continue to near effortlessly learn practically any new technique he encountered. His natural talent for battle, along with his unwavering drive, have taken his power to unprecedented levels, to the point of reaching and rivaling the domain of the gods of destruction. Ultimately, Goku's immeasurable potential has made him believed to be incomparable and even unbeatable for any other fighter when he's at his absolute peak. As an infant, he could drag large rocks tied to him while pursuing food and resist his adoptive grandpa's attentions to hold him down. When first meeting Bulma, he was unfazed when he was run down by her car and shot, quickly picking up and throwing her car with her in it. He defeated a pteranodon, a pack of wolves, and a bear thief with ease. When meeting Yamcha, Goku fought on par with the bandit despite being weakened from hunger. Later, as a great ape, Goku effortlessly destroyed Emperor Pilaf's castle. When training under Master Roshi, Goku consistently outperformed Krillin, including moving large boulders and running a 100-meter dash in 8.5 seconds. Goku and Krillin accomplished various grueling labors a day that outperformed an entire workforce of adults. By the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament, Goku's might could move a massive boulder. In the tournament, he breezed through the preliminaries while holding back significantly and developed various new techniques against his foes. In the finals, Goku fought on par with the seasoned veteran Jackie Chun and likewise replicated practically every maneuver his opponent used on him, narrowly losing by lack of stamina after a double countout. When fighting the Red Ribbon Army, Goku didn't experience any serious trouble against the majority of the fighters, with only General Blue providing any meaningful resistance through the use of his telekinetic abilities. In hand-to-hand combat, however, Goku still managed to handily come out on top. Goku also fought on par with the Pirate Robot, an ancient but powerful fighting machine, before finally defeating it with an aerial assault. When facing Mercenary Tao, Goku was toyed with by the deadly assassin and only managed to mildly hurt the foe with his Kamehameha before being defeated himself. After training with Korin, Goku defeated Mercenary Tao with ease, able to block his Dodonrai only with mild pain. Goku then proceeded to single-handedly destroy the entire Red Ribbon Army headquarters and defeat all of its soldiers. Even Staff Officer Black's battle jacket was beaten easily. To get help from Fortune Teller Baba, Goku faced and defeated her supernatural foes, including Bandages the Mummy and Spike the Devilman, with mild effort. He then fought on par with the resurrected Grandpa Gohan, who resorted to grabbing Goku's tail to get an advantage. During the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, Goku defeated a former champion in King Chappa in the preliminaries. He gradually overwhelmed Krillin, even taking Krillin's Kamehameha with a single hand. As Krillin attempted to stop Goku by grabbing his tail, Goku is revealed to have trained it to be as strong as the rest of his body. Goku then defeated Krillin too fast for anyone but Tien to see. Against Tien in the finals, Goku proved able to counter virtually everything Tien used on him, forcing him to rely instead on a countout by destroying the ring while he flew. Against Tambourine, Goku was bested due to his exhaustion and hunger after the aforementioned tournament. Once he regained his strength, however, Goku easily defeated and killed the monster. Almost immediately after, Goku was confronted by the weakened, aged King Piccolo himself, and dominated him at first due to taking him by surprise. However, once King Piccolo got serious, he soundly defeated Goku and easily withstood his Kamehameha. After drinking the Ultra Divine Water, Goku's potential was unlocked, enabling him to easily defeat Drum, King Piccolo's most powerful warrior who had effortlessly beaten Tien, and fight on par with King Piccolo himself, who was restored to his prime and eventually defeated him. After training under Mr. Popo for 3 years, Goku's all-around performance increased remarkably to surpass his teachers. In the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, with weighted clothes, he effortlessly made it to the semi-finals. Once removing his weighted clothes, Goku's speed proved too great for Tien to even perceive and quickly defeated Tien. In the finals, Goku noticeably outfights King Piccolo's stronger reincarnation, Piccolo Jr., gradually wearing down the foe to ultimately defeat him and become acknowledged as the strongest in the world. At the start of Dragon Ball Z, while Goku's might was extraordinary by human standards, it was revealed that, by even low-level Saiyan standards, Goku's power was a somewhat pitiful level of 334, making him the weakest Saiyan alive at that point. He was outclassed by his older brother Raditz, considered a mid-class warrior himself. Despite aid from Piccolo, he only managed to defeat Raditz by dying along with him after taking Piccolo's blast. After training with King Kai, Goku gained a power level of 5,000 when suppressed to 8,000 or 9,000, easily defeating Nappa, the commander-in-chief of the Saiyan army. He also fought on par with Vegeta, a super elite warrior, although he needed to use Kaio-ken ×3 in order to overpower the Saiyan Prince. After healing from his fight with Great Ape Vegeta and training at times 100 the Earth's gravity, Goku's power far exceeded Saiyan standards, easily defeating Ginyu Force members Riku and Berserk. After healing from his body change experience, Goku's power increases immensely, and through various tactics and newfound strategies, forced the powerful tyrant Frieza to fight seriously at 50% of his true power. After transforming into a Super Saiyan, Goku completely outmatched Frieza at 100% power, calmly dominating the foe once fighting seriously. After training with the Yardrats, Goku's power increased enough to defeat both Mecha Frieza and King Cold, as he originally would have had it not been for Future Trunks doing so. In their brief spar as Super Saiyans, Goku effortlessly deflects all of Future Trunks' sword attacks with a finger, leaving the hybrid in awe, albeit Goku noted that Future Trunks wasn't fighting seriously. After training for 3 years to prepare for the androids, Goku at Super Saiyan easily dominated Android 19 and would have easily defeated him had the heart virus not hindered him. After training in the hyperbolic time chamber, Super Saiyan Goku showed far more power than any of his allies, all while at less than half of his might. Against Cell, Goku fought on par with a restrained perfect Cell, a feat no one could match but Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. 7 years later, base Goku easily carried 8 tons of weighted clothing for training and 40 tons as a Super Saiyan. Base Goku easily fended off Yakon, even void of sight from Yakon's pitch-black world. As Super Saiyan, Goku was noted to have 300 kili-power to destroy several planets. Goku also said he can defeat Dabura, a foe who is the strongest in the Demon Realm, without too much difficulty. Vegeta noted that Super Saiyan 2 Goku surpassed Gohan's power when he defeated Super Perfect Cell. With just transforming into Super Saiyan 3, Goku causes worldwide earthquakes, with Tien worrying that Goku could destroy the planet by the sheer weight of his power. Goku's ki in his Super Saiyan 3 form is potent enough to be sensed by beings in the sacred world of the Kais all the way from Earth. Against Buu, despite the Majin's limitless resilience to unpredictable nature, Super Saiyan 3 Goku could fight on par with and continuously pressure him. Ultimately, Goku admitted to have been holding back considerably, as Super Saiyan 3's intensity was draining Goku's time in the living world, and he probably could have defeated him if he had tried. Later, Super Saiyan 2 Goku fended off Kid Buu for an extended period of time, even parting a mountain with his bare fists. Once using Super Saiyan 3, Goku initially pressured the Majin until he began tiring against Buu's near-limitless healing. It was noted that his full power could wipe out the Majin, however he had trouble gathering the necessary energy since his living body hadn't yet adapted to the form. Upon meeting base Goku, Beerus highly doubts Goku could defeat Frieza. In the anime, it's stated by Beerus that even as a Super Saiyan, Goku is only slightly stronger than Frieza, while in the manga, Beerus doesn't acknowledge Goku's ability to defeat Frieza until he experienced the Super Saiyan 2 form's power. When using Super Saiyan 3, Goku's power impressed Beerus and Whis, albeit he was still utterly defeated by 2 playful strikes from Beerus. After Goku attained Super Saiyan God, Goku is strong enough to face Beerus and inflict some damage, and their fight causes the universe to start crumbling from the massive energy they exerted. After Super Saiyan God form's time limit ended in the anime, Goku reverted to Super Saiyan, but was still able to compete against Beerus, as he managed to absorb the godly power, with it being noted that he had surpassed Super Saiyan God by evolving. After reverting to his base form, Goku managed to destroy the sphere of destruction he and Beerus had created, though it used up all of his power to do so. While Goku trained under Whis, in the anime, Whis noted that Goku was only on his lowest levels of godly power. At this point, base Goku could survive an unrestrained ki blast from Beerus. In the anime, base Goku and final form Frieza fighting was noted by Krillin and Gohan to move too fast to be seen. Also, Goku pressured Frieza in his strengthened true form, whose first form easily defeated Super Saiyan Gohan. Despite then revealing Super Saiyan Blue, Goku was completely outmatched by the Tyrant's new golden form and had to rely on his superior stamina to outlast Frieza, whose lack of proper control over the new form exhausted him. Once he was drained, Goku soundly defeated his nemesis with limited effort. During the Tournament of Destroyers, Goku briefly struggled against Botomo's unusual body, forcing him instead to rely on strategy to defeat him, and then went on to dominate Frost, who resorted to poisoning the Saiyan in an attempt to achieve victory. Against Hit, base Goku held his own and began pressuring Hit as he adapted to his time skip assault. In the anime, his Super Saiyan Blue overwhelmed the assassin's full power. This forced Hit to imprint and improve his battle prowess to counter Goku, which in turn drove Goku to use ×10 Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-ken, allowing him to outmatch the assassin's improved time skip. In the manga, Super Saiyan Goku outmatched Hit until Hit's attacks retained more stamina than Goku. Super Saiyan God Goku was on par with Hit's full power and immune to the time skip. With Super Saiyan Blue, Goku broke the time skip completely. In the anime, when meeting Goku Black in the present timeline, Super Saiyan 2 Goku is able to fight on par with him. Later, when Super Saiyan 2 Goku fights Zamasu, Gawasu notes that Goku's power is in the same realm as the Destroyers, although Beerus is offended by that statement, having gradually overwhelmed and defeated Zamasu. Upon learning Goku Black killed his family in the previous timeline, despite the hole in his chest, an enraged Goku overwhelmed Goku Black and future Zamasu simultaneously. Goku also proceeded to briefly overwhelm fused Zamasu using his Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-ken despite his injured arms. Goku also managed to overwhelm fused Zamasu by using perfected Super Saiyan Blue. In the anime, once Goku faced Hit again, he was overwhelmed by Hit's new skill set, mainly Hit's ability to phase through attacks. During the second round, Goku quickly realized the truth of his techniques and adjusted, able to overpower Hit with only Super Saiyan Blue, noting that Hit's time skip techniques would no longer affect him. After which, Goku's sheer energy shattered Hit's Tides of Time pocket dimension and the fight ended in a stalemate. In the anime, during the Zeno Expo, base Goku matched Bergamo, the strongest warrior of Universe 9. With Super Saiyan, he outpaced the giant Bergamo before defeating him with Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-ken, to which the gathered deities noted that Goku's power rivaled the gods. Afterwards, Super Saiyan Blue Goku fought against Top, a Universe 11 candidate for the God of Destruction, and gradually overwhelmed him. During recruitment for Team Universe 7 in the anime, base Goku matched the highly strengthened Shape-Up Good Boo but is defeated by Ring Out. Fought mostly on par with the hugely powered-up Android 17, but both agreed that the Saiyan was still holding back considerably. Against Gohan's potential unleashed state, Goku fought on par with Super Saiyan Blue and then used the Kaio-ken to defeat Gohan instantly. Base Goku withstood Sidra's energy of destruction, though he was unable to get control over it, requiring Beerus' aid, and at Super Saiyan Blue had a brief exchange with Golden Frieza and proved his equal despite his tremendous power increase. During the Tournament of Power, numerous deities acknowledge Goku as the most powerful warrior of Universe 7, with at least a few of them considering him the greatest threat after Jiren. All throughout, base Goku held his own against multiple opponents such as the Trio of Danger, the Universe 3 robots, Koitsukai, Panchea, and Bolerator, the Universe 6 Saiyan Caulifla, and the Universe 2 warriors, Ribrianne, Rosie, Zarbudo, Rabanra, and Zerloin, with his power, skill, and determination. This is made all the more impressive by the fact that during at least half of these encounters he was extremely exhausted. At Super Saiyan Blue, Goku was outmatched by only Kefla and Jiren. In the anime, even with ×20 Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-ken, Goku stood no chance against Jiren. Goku eventually gained Ultra Instinct Sign Realm, a realm of infinite size. He later eliminated Kefla while in her Super Saiyan 2 form. In the final one-on-one confrontation against Jiren, Goku achieved Ultra Instinct Sign again and began to overpower Jiren. Eventually, Goku mastered Ultra Instinct, leaving all present deities observing in awe. He then easily overwhelmed Jiren until he unleashed his hidden power, but ultimately Goku was still able to gain an advantage over Jiren until his body broke down. Goku and Vegeta's combined Kamehameha Gamma Burst Flash was so powerful that it warped the entire Null Realm, changing its color and made everyone in the stands brace themselves, though it still couldn't eliminate Jiren, who had achieved a further power-up. During the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, after training with Beerus, his power grew tremendously to amaze Earthbound allies. Goku easily defeated the fusion of Misa, Iwaza, Kikaza, and Zaoyogi with a single blow each and calmly overwhelmed Saganbo despite the immense boost of power gained from Moro. Even as the latter began to overdose on Moro's power, perfected Super Saiyan Blue let Goku easily fend the foe off. Against Moro, Goku showed the fruition of his training, able to access Ultra Instinct Sign at will. With it, he gained an advantage over the Wizard, able to evade Moro's energy absorption power and pressure Moro onto the defense. However, once Moro unleashed his full power, he proved able to fight on equal footing with Goku, able to bypass Goku's automatic defenses. It's noted by Beerus and Whis that Ultra Instinct Sign is an unstable state that will quickly drain Goku's stamina, to which Moro soon has a commanding lead due to Goku's speed dropping. Goku was able to enter a powerhouse state, and despite landing powerful blows, it robbed Goku of what he still had of Ultra Instinct Sign's ability, allowing Moro to obtain victory. After Moro absorbed 7-3, Moro transformed and shattered his previous limitations. Despite this, Blue Kaio-ken Goku was able to momentarily overwhelm Moro with a Kamehameha, blasting off Moro's arm. However, his efforts were quickly made pointless, as Moro regenerated his arm and impaled Goku through the chest with it. Dende noted that it would be difficult to heal Goku due to his ki having reached God level. Later, upon witnessing Miras's sacrifice, Goku was able to perfectly and consciously access the completed Ultra Instinct state. The power he wielded allowed Goku to effortlessly outmaneuver and maim the wizard, his very strikes causing shockwaves that rattled the entire planet. Goku's newfound power compared to Moro at his peak made the wizard break his own hand when punching Goku's chest. Upon Moro replicating Miras's power despite physically being equal, Goku's superior experience with Ultra Instinct allowed him to ultimately outmaneuver Moro and overtax his foe's body until Moro was forced to merge with the Earth to stabilize his newly acquired divine power. In this state, Goku was quickly overwhelmed because Moro was absorbing the life force of everyone on the planet. However, once he restored all of his divine power, Goku was finally able to dominate the Warlock and finally obliterate him by destroying his source of power. By the Granola the Survivor saga, Goku's instant and perfect access of Ultra Instinct made Whis put actual effort into sparring with Goku, getting into a serious stance. Despite this, Whis notices that Goku's execution of Ultra Instinct is still only basic compared to a fully trained angel, and he's easily overpowered by Whis. When Goku asked Whis if he knew of anyone in Universe 7 stronger than he and Vegeta, Whis noted that he didn't. After arriving on the planet Cereal, both Goku and Vegeta were immediately shot at by Granola. The blasts were so accurate, base Goku and Vegeta were barely dodging them, and thus Goku used Ultra Instinct in his base form to dodge them better, but Goku still hadn't perfected using Ultra Instinct in his base form, and thus was struck by a blast from Granola in his vital point behind his neck. The hit was strong enough to knock out base Goku, and Vegeta had to give him a Senzu Bean to get him back up. When starting to fight Granola one-on-one, Goku transforms into Super Saiyan God to fight him. Goku, even in his Super Saiyan God form, is forced on the defensive and faces trouble finding an opening to attack Granola. Goku then started using Ultra Instinct in his Super Saiyan God form to dodge Granola's attack better. Despite Ultra Instinct being more accurate in his Super Saiyan God form, Goku still got hit in his vital point by Granola and knocked him out of his Super Saiyan God form. Unlike before, Goku was able to get back up without using a Senzu Bean. Goku then transformed into Super Saiyan Blue form and is able to fight on par with a powered-up Granola. Though Goku begins to struggle and is forced to use a conjunction of Blue and Ultra Instinct to be able to evade most of Granola's attacks, and he uses an instant Kamehameha, damaging the former before getting hit in a vital point, forcing him to use Perfected Ultra Instinct. With Perfected Ultra Instinct, Goku is able to swiftly overwhelm Granola, with the latter not able to land blows, albeit a fake one with his power being split, and even then he had to rely on Ultra Instinct's accuracy to drop. Upon recovering enough, Goku adapted to the attack patterns of Granola, able to anticipate how and where Granola would strike. With this, perfected Super Saiyan Blue, Goku was able to avoid any vital damage and endure the blunt of the attacks to counter Granola. Soon, however, Granola was able to wear Goku down enough to overwhelm him. 10 years after Kid Buu's defeat at the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament, he felt certain that only Kid Buu's reincarnation, Oob, would be a challenge for him. 5 years later in Dragon Ball GT, Goku's true power is not shown as he's turned into a child by the Black Star Dragon Balls apart from fighting on par in his base form with Oob, who later could hold his own against Super Baby Vegeta 2. Still, Goku retains far greater strength than when he was truly a child and is much stronger than his allies. While hunting for the Black Star Dragon Balls, he fights and overpowers base Rildo, who is stated to have a greater power than Majin Buu. When Baby conquers Earth, base Goku is able to defeat Gohan and Goten both as Super Saiyans simultaneously, and also breaks through a dimensional barrier. While Super Saiyan 3 Goku could compete against Super Saiyan Baby Vegeta, his child body couldn't keep up with that form for more than a minute. Once obtaining Super Saiyan 4, he fought on par with the golden Grade 8 Baby, and once he obtained full power, he proved much stronger and quickly defeated Baby. Later, against Final Form Frieza and Super Perfect Cell, base Goku easily repelled the two dead foes, horrifying them at his might. When facing Super 17, Super Saiyan Goku fought on par against the android that all the Z fighters combined were swiftly overpowered by, until he absorbed Goku's energy. Against Sin Shenron, the strongest of the Shadow Dragons, using Super Full Power Saiyan 4, Goku easily overwhelmed the enemy. Furthermore, using Dragon Fist, he obliterated Sin on his Omega stage. After undergoing a mysterious change, Goku was cloaked in an aura that stopped even Omega Shenron's attacks from having any effect on him. Super Dragon Ball Heroes. During the Prison Planet saga, Super Saiyan Blue Goku battled against his alternate dimension self, Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku. Later, against the restrained Cumber, Goku's ki is corrupted and he transforms into Super Saiyan Berserk. In the anime, Golden Cooler knocks Goku down with a single punch, freeing him from corruption. In the anime, his ×20 Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-ken momentarily pressures Cumber, but still causes no harm, though they cease fighting before a victor can be determined. Later, as he achieves Ultra Instinct Sign, he repels Cumber's massive energy ball. Goku then proceeds to enter the mastered state of Ultra Instinct, where he proceeds to effortlessly dodge all of Cumber's attacks and defeats him with a Kamehameha. During the Universal Conflict Saga, Goku, while using Ultra Instinct Sign, effortlessly overwhelms Orin after assimilating Vegeta and Kamen, forcing his siblings to merge into Kami-Orin. The merged warriors still proved to be at a disadvantage against Goku. Against Rags, her massive glass barrier strike proved struggling for Goku. While managing to hold back and shatter the attack, it drained Goku too much and forced him back to base form. Rags then proceeded to defeat base Goku with a Glass Shards barrage. Later, against Super Hearts, Goku was initially able to overpower him with Super Saiyan Blue and proceeded to land blows that rattled Hearts and overpower his large energy blast with his Kamehameha. Forcing Hearts to draw more power from the Universe Seed, Goku was overwhelmed decisively soon after. Against Ultimate Kami-Orin, Goku entered into Ultra Instinct Sign and proceeded to decisively overwhelm them. Once accessing the complete Ultra Instinct, he proved able to throw around the massive foe and ultimately destroy Kami-Orin with a mighty punch to its core. Against the Ultimate God Slayer Hearts with Super Saiyan Blue, he was able to put up more of a resistance against Hearts than Jiren and Hit. Even in his base form, out of all the assembled Universe 7 warriors, he was the one who could still somewhat stand up while restrained by Hearts' gravity finale. Goku believed that his power in Ultra Instinct would stand a chance of victory against Hearts, but as he wouldn't access it again, he opted to fuse with Vegeta. In the Universe Creation Saga, Goku was still outmatched by Beerus as the latter managed to easily dodge his attacks and subdue him with just a kick to the back. Against Fu, Goku, in a blue Berserk state, was able to force Fu on the defensive, but wasn't able to inflict a hit on him due to the corruption inhibiting his fighting prowess. Faced with a phantom of super full power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Xeno Goku, who is fighting with intent to kill, Goku is able to match him using his ordinary Super Saiyan Blue. Techniques: Rock, Scissors, and Paper. A technique taught to Goku by Grandpa Gohan which implies one of three attack styles, either a closed fist assault, a two-finger jabbing assault, or an open palm thrust assault. It was Goku's signature attack early on during his childhood, soon afterwards being replaced with the Kamehameha. Techniques: Kamehameha, or Kamehameha as I've been saying through this whole video cause it flows better. Goku's signature move since obtaining it. It unleashes a powerful and long-stretching blue energy blast from his cupped hands. Goku first learns the move as a kid after witnessing Master Roshi using it. It can be charged to compete with practically any enemy attack. Since mastering this technique, Goku has continued to improve on it and develop new variations. Techniques: Kaio-ken. Goku learns this technique while training under King Kai after dying against Raditz. While using it and any of its multipliers, Goku's various capacities and techniques are all proportionally increased. However, the strain of using too high a multiplier and/or for too long can be dangerous and greatly damage his body. As such, he ceased using it after gaining his Super Saiyan. While he can combine the two powers, Goku never tried this while alive, as doing so could lead to near certain death. However, later with his Super Saiyan Blue, he took advantage of his divine form's superior energy and more natural calm-mindedness, and thus was able to use this technique more regularly. Techniques: Spirit Bomb. Easily Goku's most powerful technique and arguably the strongest in the series, it allows Goku to channel ki from all sources of life that he can detect and focus it all into a single energy ball. It was taught to him by King Kai during his training for the upcoming battle against Vegeta and Nappa. Over time, Goku continually learned to expand the range of which he could gather energy, thereby increasing both the size and power of the Spirit Bomb. He reserves this technique as a last-ditch effort for only the most powerful of foes. Techniques: Instant Transmission. Goku learns this technique on the planet Yardrat after his battle with Frieza by learning Spirit Control, which also allowed him to sense ki from a much greater distance. This technique allows him to teleport to any location so long as he can find an energy source to home onto. Technique: Dragon Fist. A technique that generates a giant gold serpentine dragon from Goku's charging body and extended fist that will attack and ensnare the target before erupting in a large explosion. While never seen in the original manga, Goku uses this technique in Wrath of the Dragon to defeat Hirudegarn. He also uses this in Dragon Ball GT. Technique: Evil Containment Wave. A technique learned from Master Roshi to battle Goku Black and future Zamasu. It binds a target in a swirling stream of green energy before being guided into a container. It also requires a special tag to properly complete the sealing. While normally life-threatening to use, Goku's immense power lets him use this multiple times without even remotely exhausting any of his strength. The benefit of this technique is to defeat enemies that they can't or won't kill. Technique: Autonomous Ultra Instinct. The art of automatic self-movement. Goku began learning this from Whis. During the Tournament of Power, Goku unlocked a special state, enabling him to put this skill to use. While very crude at first and only able to apply it defensively, he ultimately learned to complete this power to defend and attack simultaneously with optimum efficiency. With this power, he's able to instinctively and instantly react to any nearby threat in the most effective way possible. Initially, Goku's usage of this ability was only unlocked subconsciously during dire situations, and he was unable to activate it at will after the Tournament of Power. With further training from Mirrors, Goku unlocked the ability to use this with his own will, consciously activating both forms at will. However, we stated that Goku was on the bottom rung of the levels of Ultra Instinct, to which Goku began training under Whis in learning to access the fundamentals of Ultra Instinct in base form, so as to build a better basis for when accessing the enhanced form. After training, he becomes capable of using Ultra Instinct in his base form, though his control with it is still imperfect. He's capable of heightening his precision with Ultra Instinct with Super Saiyan God, a state that focuses on calm and methodical fighting, though even in this state it's still imperfect, as Granola was capable of catching him off guard. Forms and transformations. Great Ape. Like all Saiyans, Goku can transform into a Great Ape when absorbing enough Blutz waves, usually from looking at a full moon while still having his tail, though not of his choosing. As a Great Ape, Goku's dormant Saiyan traits re-emerge and he becomes feral and violent. His power and senses increase tenfold and are able to generate powerful mouth blasts. Originally, because his tail was removed permanently by Kami when restoring the moon, Goku lost access completely to this form. Forms and transformations. Unlock potential. After drinking the Ultra Divine Water and surviving its painful side effects, Goku's true potential was released, apparently in the form of accessing Great Ape in his base form. This was seen by his natural aura manifesting as an image of a Great Ape surrounding him, signifying Goku's hidden power having been released. The power boost not only enabled him to fight on par with King Piccolo in his prime, who previously decimated Goku in his frailer elderly state, but it also heightened Goku's senses and instincts, able to detect the location of people's ki. Forms and transformations. Kaio-ken. While usually considered a power-boosting technique, several video games treat this as a transformation. With this power-up, Goku is surrounded by a red aura. Its maximum multiplier is shown to be times 20 in the anime and manga, though in the movie Lord Slug he briefly manages to use a times 100 boost. Forms and transformations. Ginyu's body. During the battle on planet Namek, the leader of the Ginyu force, Captain Ginyu, used his body change technique to switch bodies with Goku. Goku was gravely injured while in Ginyu's body due to Ginyu causing a severe wound on his own body just prior to Ginyu switching bodies. While ultimately adjusting to this body and effectively using it in battle, the said injuries and brief length of time that Goku was in Ginyu's body made his full capabilities in this form unknown. This form is playable in Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan Denetsu, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Goku even retaining Ginyu's ability to use body charge in the former. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan. Goku achieves this form in a rage after Frieza killed Krillin. In this form, Goku's muscle and height slightly increase and his skin turns lighter. His eyes become noticeably sterner and more defined with green eyes. His hair becomes blonde and stands with no loose strands. His power also generates a yellow aura. In the anime, when unleashing the full intensity of his power, Goku's aura also produces some slight electrical sparks. Goku's demeanor is greatly affected by this form, making him more aggressive and irritable. In the anime, Goku learned to access this form's raw might without actually transforming to conserve ki. After his fight with Beerus, Goku realizes that fully mastering this form would eventually raise his level more than his higher Super Saiyan forms and sap less strength and ki. A thing to note is that in his initial appearances as a Super Saiyan, the hair looks less detailed. When he became a Super Saiyan full power, the hair looks incredibly detailed and nice looking. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan, 2nd grade. Realizing that the android's power exceeds a Super Saiyan, Goku entered the hyperbolic time chamber to surpass the basic Super Saiyan form. Ultimately, Goku unlocked this form after weeks of training. However, Goku realized that this form spends too much ki to be maintained. Rather than attempting the more arduous and time-consuming task of refining this form, Goku came to the conclusion that the basic Super Saiyan form is better suited for combat, making a plan to master it and abandon this form completely. As a result of this, and discovering more powerful forms, this form is never used again. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan, 3rd grade. Along with 2nd grade, Goku achieves this form in the hyperbolic time chamber. While vastly stronger than 2nd grade, the power output is too intense, causing Goku's muscles to become engorged from the struggle of maintaining this unsteady power boost. This instability drained his ki too fast to be of use for long. It also causes an extreme drop in his speed and agility, tiring him even more and reducing his effectiveness overall. Goku noted that while much stronger than Semi-Perfect Cell, it meant nothing because he couldn't actually hit his foe with it. This made this form impractical against foes of any real speed. Instead of training to overcome this problem, Goku decides to simply master basic Super Saiyan, feeling that it's the best way to fight and gain power, and, as you'll expect, this form is never used again. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan Full Power. After realizing the weaknesses inherent to the higher Super Saiyan grades, Goku concluded that mastery over the basic Super Saiyan form would be most beneficial. He used the remainder of his time chamber training learning to master Super Saiyan for extended periods. Gradually, he overcame the heightened aggression and uneasiness that accompanies this form to feel as natural as his base form, reducing the energy drain to nothing and increasing his endurance to achieve a max output for this form without drawbacks even in regular life. Ultimately, he's able to enter, maintain, and fight in this form for as long as he desires at its full potential with no loss in efficiency or performance. In the anime, with this mastery during the Tournament of Power, Goku, having gone well beyond his limits, was able to flash between base and Super Saiyan to defeat Jiren alongside Frieza despite his battered and exhausted state. Goku is able to use Super Saiyan with the mastered energies of a god, as he did to combat Beerus in Battle of the Gods, though this power seemingly evolved into Super Saiyan Blue. More on that later. Forms and transformations. Super Kaio-ken. Goku uses this technique when fighting in the Otherworld tournament. By using the power of Kaio-ken while in his Super Saiyan form, Goku doubles his Super Saiyan capabilities. Goku uses it briefly to punch Pikkon into an asteroid orbiting the Otherworld Stadium. Due to the strain of using the Kaio-ken on top of Super Saiyan, even with his perfect control of the form, it was too dangerous for Goku to use while alive, as even the little buildup of emotions while transformed could prove devastating to him. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan 2. Not to be confused with Super Saiyan 2nd grade. Goku achieved this form sometime after Cell's defeat while in the other world. In this form, Goku gains some changes. His hair becomes spikier, his forehead only has 3 bangs over it, making his hair more defined than other previous Super Saiyan forms. His muscles also become more defined, and his aura also generates electricity surrounding his body, while the aura grows markedly larger and more vibrant. Since gaining greater forms, Goku reserves this form for opponents he takes semi-seriously. In Dragon Ball Super, Goku displays full mastery of this form. In the Tournament of Power, when the eager Universe 6 Saiyan Caulifla desired to learn Super Saiyan 3, Goku insisted that she wasn't ready for it before mastering Super Saiyan 2, to which Goku demonstrated such by intensifying the sheer power of this form, leaving a baffled Caulifla to wonder if this was really the same Super Saiyan 2 she was using. In this state, his aura expands significantly. This state lets Goku fight on par against both Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla and the legendary Super Saiyan 2 Kale simultaneously. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan 3. Goku's strongest form in the original manga and anime. Goku achieved this level after years of training in Otherworld, where he could put unlimited energy into this form. In this form, his hair reaches down to his thighs and his eyebrows vanish completely, while making the forehead and eye ridges larger and more prominent. His muscle mass grows noticeably larger and more defined, while his eyes gain green irises. His aura also becomes rounder with larger electrical spikes. Goku first used this form against Innocent Buu during the Majin Buu saga, where he had a slight advantage over the Majin. However, this form is extremely draining in terms of energy due to the living world having less energy to siphon. This made him tire fast and even cut Goku's time left on Earth, from hours to a mere 30 minutes after using this form for a short time. When attempting to gather enough energy to defeat Kid Buu, he was unable to sustain it as he had not taken into account the strain overcoming his living body and soon reverted to his base state. Altogether, these heavy disadvantages make it impractical to use this form out of the afterlife, and even more while alive. In Dragon Ball Super, after unlocking Divine Forms, Goku no longer uses this form for battle due to his higher forms giving significantly more power for less ki. Instead, Goku reserves it for non-serious fights where he needs to test someone, like future Trunks. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan God. Goku achieves this form with the help of the 5 other Saiyans and uses it against Beerus. It's a form well beyond Super Saiyan 3, exiting even Beerus and forcing the Destroyer to fight relatively seriously. It's noted that Super Saiyan God possesses the aura of a god. Goku's appearance in this form is mostly the same, but with a more kept version of his normal hair and bright red irises, slightly thinner and a more youthful and darker skin tone. His aura generates like an orange flame. Usage of this form grants various heightened capacities. He recovers at an accelerated rate and requires the most minute amount of stamina to maintain this form. It lets him fight with more finesse and grace as he instinctively predicts his opponent's attacks with more efficiency. His ki becomes godly, allowing him to sense other such beings and likewise can mask himself from most entities sensing him. This form gives him more versatile control and usage of his ki, including absorbing and thus nullifying enemy attacks, paralyzing foes, and self-healing. Originally, despite the incredible power, Goku soon after reverts to base form due to the form's time limit. Having adapted to the feeling of Super Saiyan God, however, Goku retained some of the power, letting him continue fighting Beerus. Through further training, Goku learned to properly access and control his residual power, ultimately restoring its full properties to access this form at any time. Forms and transformations. Saiyan Beyond God. After experiencing the power of Super Saiyan God, Goku learned to use the raw might and enhanced senses of this godlike power without transforming. When in this state, while his physical appearance remains unchanged, his ki can be manifested as a pure white aura. If Goku attempts to become a Super Saiyan while using this power, he will instead become Super Saiyan Blue. Which leads us to Forms and Transformations, Super Saiyan Blue. After training with Whis, Goku learned to synchronize Super Saiyan with Super Saiyan God, causing him to become a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, more commonly known as Super Saiyan Blue. This form is identical to Super Saiyan, only with cyanish blue hair and eyes with a blue aura shaded by some gold. The form's power is a level that well surpasses Super Saiyan God and offers increased levels of ki and emotional control. Goku learns to enhance the form's power through different means, including using the Kaio-ken while in this form, and use intense rage to further power up the form. In the anime, the stamina flaw is nowhere near as drastic, but is still present, and thus Goku learned to instantly and repeatedly switch between his God form and Blue form, allowing him to conserve and more quickly recover the full power of Super Saiyan Blue, letting him fight for much longer periods unhindered. Forms and Transformations. Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-ken. In the anime, thanks to the Super Saiyan Blue's forms, great ki and emotional control, Goku can utilize Kaio-ken alongside it with far less risk. In this state, Goku gains a double aura, leaving Goku to appear as a basic Super Saiyan Blue, while a larger red aura surrounds the blue. Goku first used this against Hit in the Tournament of Destroyers. While using Kaio-ken levels too extreme for his body to handle, Goku's blue hair turns a pale blue that is whitish and his skin is illuminated to a light red, in which case it'll gradually damage his body. This unstable state will also give Goku delayed onset ki disorder, sending Goku's ki into flux, making him unable to properly access his energy for a few days. By the Tournament of Power, Goku had mastered this technique up to ×20 with no instability or strain. Goku utilized this state briefly to battle Jiren, putting up a better fight than previous at the cost of straining his body, though even this power-up proved futile against Jiren's overwhelming power. Forms and Transformations. Perfected Super Saiyan Blue. In the manga, as the full potential of a Super Saiyan Blue is only usable for the first few minutes before dropping down, Goku manages to overcome this massive stamina flaw to the point where he can use the form for as long and as many times as he wants. Goku achieved this by sealing the massive overflowing power inside himself, causing his aura to completely disappear. Goku first displays his completed Super Saiyan Blue state against fused Zamasu, with his power showing a slight advantage over the fused Shinjin, who only survived because of his immortality. This state is not without flaws, though. First being that it requires intense concentration and focus by the user to prevent any ki from leaking out of their body. Second is that even the slightest amount of ki leaking out of the body can be extremely painful. If too much leaks, it could cause the power to become unstable and explode, killing Goku. Forms and Transformations. Zamasu's body. In the original unaltered main timeline, Zamasu, giving in to his hatred of mortals, came to desire Goku's power. Using the Super Dragon Balls, Zamasu swapped bodies with Goku, obtaining all the inherent powers and abilities of the Saiyan. It remains unclear if Goku obtained any of Zamasu's powers through his Shinjin body, as Zamasu seemingly retained his original powers and abilities once becoming black on top of acquiring Goku's. Regardless, Goku in Zamasu's body proved powerless against Black as he effortlessly killed Goku in only base form. Forms and Transformations. Ultra Instinct Sign. A state first attained during the Tournament of Power. Originally, in the anime, Goku did this by absorbing the energy of the Spirit Bomb as a bolster to break a mental shell in the subconscious to unlock a much deeper portion of his potential. With this, Goku's physical and mental parameters are vastly augmented, ranking among the most powerful entities in all of the multiverse. His hair stands up somewhat, becoming more wild in shape with no loose strands. His eyes become more defined and sterner in shape, while also gaining silver irises. His aura becomes a complex silver with a sparkle appearance. In this state, Goku's physical, mental, and energy parameters are vastly augmented, equally increasing his combat performance. He processes information far quicker and efficiently, letting him learn and adapt to all experiences. The highlight of this lets him automatically react to all threats in the most efficient way possible, even without consciously being aware of it. This augmented growth greatly accelerates his natural improvement, constantly imprinting on his experiences to become stronger, faster, and sharper in his actions with every skirmish. In the anime, entering this state will also energize him and negate all previous wounds, as a battered Goku showed against Kefla. However, initially usage of this state is random and unstable, only accessible for short periods of time and in the most dire of situations. In the anime, by his fight against Kefla, while seemingly learning to access this state more willingly as noticed by Whis, Goku's usage is still incomplete. While his movements have become more refined, he struggles to switch his full attention onto his offense, inhibiting his attacks and techniques, requiring more time to build up energy for an assault to have sufficient power. The effort also appears to drain Goku quicker, returning him to his base form and in an exhausted state. In the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, after training under the Angel in Training Mirrors for 6 months, 2 months in real time, Goku could access Ultra Instinct Sign at will. In it, Goku's speed and energy control is so advanced that most people can't even perceive his movements or energy signature respectively. The sudden reaction and nature of his movements also enable him to evade energy absorption techniques. However, as this form is still a midpoint between his natural state and the true divine power of Ultra Instinct, it's unstable, and by extension he can only maintain it for brief periods, which will drain significant amounts of energy. In the Universal Conflict Saga, Goku is also shown to access this state at will, as upon entering the battlefield, he immediately used it despite no pressure on him from the battle. In the anime, his control of the form can also disrupt a corrupted foe, returning them to normal as his attack ejected Orin from Vegeta's body. Forms and transformations. Perfected Ultra Instinct. Once understanding Whis' words behind self-movement, Goku learned to let go of all self-doubt and live in the moment. When fully synchronizing his impulses with his natural drive, Goku can subconsciously unlock the full potential of his offensive and defensive might. This culminates with Goku's silver glow consuming him, turning his hair silver and skin tone more ethereal in nature. The power in this form is vastly greater than his initial state that it completely shreds away his shirt in the anime. In this state, Goku showed such fine control of his ki, able to calmly repel and contain any energy assault thrown at him. He can unleash barrages of his energy and focused shockwaves and cancel out all but the strongest of attacks. In addition, while accessing this state, Goku's body is fully rejuvenated and in the manga can grow sturdier in areas in response to being attacked, even causing weaker foes to break their limbs trying to hit his body. In this perfected Ultra Instinct state, Goku's power exceeds the gods of destruction. In the anime, he can also channel his rage to empower himself even further. Initially, however, due to Goku's lack of training, this form can't be maintained for too long. In the anime, after passing the time limit, Goku's body will give out, leaking out his energy in ravaging manners that will seemingly injure him as he regresses to base form. In the manga, this form quickly drains at his stamina from each exertion until finally dropping out of the form, leaving him struggling to even stand from the exhaustion. At the same time, despite learning to use this state at its fullest, Goku can't access it at will, but only rather as an instinctual reaction to the most dire of situations. In the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, during the battle against Moro on Earth, after witnessing Mirrors without hesitation sacrifice his very existence to battle Moro, Goku came to fully appreciate what selflessness is all about. Taking to heart the teachings of Mirrors and his absolute honor, Goku became able to instantly access Ultra Instinct and deactivate it at will with no apparent drawbacks. In this state, his power is able to affect the entire planet, all while still giving off no energy signature for mortals to sense. In Dragon Ball Heroes, during the battle against Cumber in the Prison Planet Saga, Goku has apparently grown more accustomed to using this form. While still only able to access it as a live-or-die reaction to such danger, his control of it once using it was steadier, as he didn't burst with as much energy upon entering it and likewise was only rendered mildly exhausted after time ran out. Later, in the new Space-Time War Saga, Goku finally mastered the ability to take on perfected Ultra Instinct at will by training in the demon's hyperbolic time chamber. Forms and transformations. Giant form. While in his perfected Ultra Instinct state, Goku can unleash his energy to form a giant battle avatar to fight with. He used this giant avatar to break free from the Earth-fused Moro's grip, and subsequently pin him down so that his main body could deliver the final blow to the Planet Eater. Forms and transformations. Super Saiyan Berserk. During the events of the Prison Planet Saga, Goku obtained this Berserker state when he faced Cumber. This state is a corruption, during which his skin tone is more tan and his aura turns darker, consisting of an orange glow surrounded by a dark purple and black, regularly accompanied by black electricity sparks in his aura. Also, his pupils disappear, representing his diminished or lack of cognitive thought. It also causes his blasts to become red and black. Forms and transformations: Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Berserk. During the Universe Creation Saga, Fu infects Super Saiyan Blue Goku with Cumber's evil aura, thus turning him into Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Berserk. In this form, Goku's might in Super Saiyan Blue becomes nearly useless due to losing all sense of reason and resorts to wild flailing attacks as opposed to using his highly toned martial arts prowess. Forms and transformations: Little, GT. With the Black Star Dragon Balls, Emperor Pilaf unintentionally wishes Goku back into an 11-year-old child in the beginning of Dragon Ball GT. In this state, he's known as Little Goku. While a kid, depending on the source, Goku becomes far more limited than he was as an adult, no longer being the mightiest who can do anything. At the same time, it inhibited his overall efficiency in battle, making it difficult to properly use more advanced techniques he learned in later years, as his small body wasn't properly conditioned for them. With Old Kai's aid, he was able to get his tail back, which not only allowed for easy access to his normal Super Saiyan forms, but later allowed him to transform into Golden Great Ape and Super Saiyan 4. After Piccolo gives Goku all of his power, he became able to use more advanced techniques again in his child form. At the end of Dragon Ball GT, 100 years after the defeat of the Shadow Dragons, Goku is seen again as an adult. Forms and transformations: Super Saiyan in GT, when he's little. After being wished into a child, Goku can still transform into a Super Saiyan, however he's unable to maintain the form for as long as he can in his adult body, though still long enough to endure a grueling battle. After his tail is restored, he became able to maintain the form for as long as he can normally in his adult body. With the later return of Goku's tail, this and his higher normal Super Saiyan forms would also make the fur of his tail turn yellow when using the said form's full power. Forms and transformations: Super Saiyan 2, GT, Little. Goku uses this form as a kid only once to guard an attack by General Rildo. However, he briefly appears in the form while powering up to transform into Super Saiyan 3 while fighting Baby Vegeta. Forms and transformations: Super Saiyan 3, GT, and Little. After being wished back into a child, Goku can still transform into Super Saiyan 3, however he can only maintain the form for mere seconds. Goku noted that this problem came from his child body being too underdeveloped. This problem was overcome by the help of Old Kai to regrow his tail. This let him properly adjust to Super Saiyan 3 and conserving most of his energy reserves, enabling him to quickly enter said form and use it for much longer durations. After reaching higher levels, Goku stopped using Super Saiyan 3 altogether as his newer form was overall more beneficial with less drawbacks. Forms and transformations: Golden Great Ape. Goku achieves this form in Dragon Ball GT after Old Kai helped Goku regrow his tail, allowing him to once again become a Great Ape. When he looks at the Earth during the Baby Saga, its sufficient substitute Bloods waves allows Goku to take the said form, and soon after combining the Great Ape form with his Super Saiyan power to create this much bigger and more powerful form. While initially as feral and violent as ever in this massive state, Goku's power proved too much for Baby Vegeta, who previously easily defeated Super Saiyan 3 Goku. In this state, Goku can unleash both strong energy blasts and fireballs from his mouth. Eventually, Pan reached Goku's consciousness, letting him regain his clarity and self-control. Upon doing so, Goku transforms into Super Saiyan 4. Forms and transformations: Super Saiyan 4. Goku is also referred to as Super Goku 4 in this form, as it is not a traditional Super Saiyan form. This form is achieved by Goku after mastering Golden Great Ape. As noted by Vegeta, Goku's usage of Super Saiyan 4 is unique, able to access whenever he desires without a bolster. This form's power can overcome the Black Star Dragon Ball's power, changing Goku into a child, returning him to his true adult self, though this however only lasts while the form is being used. The power of this form is vastly greater than Super Saiyan 3 with less drawbacks. In addition, Goku's overall appearance changes yet again. His muscles become larger and he grows considerably taller, almost as tall as Piccolo. The hair is even more wild and longer, reaching his mid-back. He gains golden yellow irises and the pigments around his eyes become lined in red. His tail grows longer and he gains scarlet fur covering from shoulder to toe, excluding chest and hands. His clothes change from his childhood garb, leaving him only dressed below the waist, excluding his armbands. His wristbands and stocking turn blue while his sash changes to a stone blue color. Forms and transformations. Super Full Power Saiyan 4. A special state that's obtained by gathering enough energy to push his body well past his normal limits. Goku first discovered this state against baby Vegeta when his golden great ape form proved too powerful. To battle the mutant Tuffle, Goku acquired the combined energy from Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Pan to unlock this state. In addition to drastically augmenting his might, it likewise equally enhances his senses, letting him react to practically any threat. He's also shown to be able to absorb enemy energy attacks, nullifying their damage. This state has on occasion demonstrated a radiating red glow from his entire body. In this state, he surpasses all but the most powerful enemy in Dragon Ball GT. Forms and transformations. Change. After being apparently killed by Omega Shenron, Goku undergoes a change and is no longer the Goku he was before. In this state, Goku is cloaked in an aura that won't let any attack near him. Goku may have been dead in this state, or he may have become something else entirely. And finally, forms and transformations. Super Saiyan 4 Kaio-ken. In Xenoverse 2, Goku is able to briefly combine his Kaio-ken technique with his Super Saiyan 4 form. When doing so, his aura takes on a more fiery appearance. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.